Why would I make them so uncomfortable?
It probably has to do with your reputation.
I have a reputation.
They feel your methods, your theories are
Spooky. Do you think I'm spooky?
I absolutely, categorically do not believe in aliens. However, I am a massive X-Files fan. I am also feeling crazy. What are they doing to him? I'm yelling, I'm screaming. I need to calm down. What is up with this guy? What is up with this guy? I can't stop watching. I need to create him. I need him in my house. I need him in my house. So I'm gonna make him. I don't know what I'm gonna do when I have him. He looks like paper mache. Yeah, let's just see what happens.
I am standing out here in the rain and the mud and the rain and the force.
So I'm gonna draw an outline in cardboard. I might make perpendicular pieces for like the skull so I know where to. And then I don't know, I guess I should cover it in tinfoil or tape or something and then paper mache around like a 3D object. But they're kind of all sunken and fucked up anyway, so we're just gonna see what. No, I'm not gonna be lighting this video, okay? This is dark. It'll be purple and you're gonna like it. If you go Google a picture of him and you'll see how sunken and decrepit it looks. You can't see what I'm doing. It's none of your business. Sorry, I'm sorry. Okay. You can't see it anyway. Okay, let's have voiceover Scout take the wheel for a second, because oh my god, that was a really hectic start to the video. I genuinely don't remember being so excited about this at the beginning. Like, by the end of it I was just thinking, oh great, now I have a weird new flatmate. But that wide-eyed excitement I had, like, aww. Anyway, I didn't need to design anything for this beginning phase, I just had to do an initial sketch, and it's not perfect. Because honestly, I didn't spend too much time on it. I figured, you know, the alien is very iconic and the end product is very obvious, so don't stress about it too much when you follow my incredible recipe and make your own alien roommate. He's huge. I've made a massive guy. I might have to start again. It's supposed to be all long and weird, so I think that's fine. I guess it's kind of like a galactic deer. Alright, time to do my own little alien autopsy. I know it's, maybe 3-4 months after this is interesting news. I started working on this in late September, early October, and totally planned to bring him to a Halloween pub quiz, even though I was dressed as Bokoblin Link, so it would have been slightly anachronistic, but anyway. I just got sidetracked making the hat for the Bokoblin Link, and then I made a hat for Christmas for some reason, and he just kind of hung out in my apartment for a few months. I haven't paper mached since I was like a little kid. I don't know how this shit works. I know you mix. The only things that really motivate me are novelty and deadlines. The novelty gets me started and the deadlines actually help me finish. So I'm learning to just lean into that instead of fighting it. Hi. A lot of people, like, when they're being filmed or whatever, they get like really like kind of nervous and quiet and become like less of themselves. I feel like if I'm by myself and there's a camera, I act insane. I'm normal. I'm just like you. I'm just like you. I'm sorry, that was unnecessary of me. I'm sorry. Let's continue with the guy. He's looking great. Where was I? Yeah, anyway, I'm cutting out an alien alone in my room by myself. You don't need to know the ins and outs. I'm gonna make extra legs out of these little bits. Glue them on. I mean, tape them on. It's really important that you know exactly which adhesive I'm using. It's really long. I don't know why this was so funny to me. Hey, girl. But it was really funny. He's like on a fucking angle because his head. That is looking simply. Maybe I'll make the face out of clay and just layer some paper mache over that. If I put this here, then I can like sort of, that looks good, I think. he looks cute. Cut these and then like slot them in sideways kind of a thing. Let's see if this works. Kind of not. Kind of doesn't. I might just cut it in half. Where am I gonna put him? I don't have like a bedroom and a living room. My kitchen is in my hallway. My bathroom has a window out into like the apartment complex. My entire like living and like this is it basically. I got his little hip dips. This is what we're up against. Now we have to make a solution of like PVA glue and water, tear up a bunch of pieces of like paper and then just kind of like slather them onto him. I don't know where I might just do it on the floor. Yeah, I saw a recipe that was like flour and water, so I made flour and water and then I also added glue into it just in case. Let's see how this goes. I'm gonna start with these bits here and just try to reinforce them. I think it's putrid. This is I really just dove into this project with reckless abandon. I did not do any research on how to actually paper mache, and you can kind of tell. But honestly, it's pretty straightforward. I do remember a little bit from when I was 6 years old and making piggy banks. As you can see, I'm building up the rib cage, adding mass just by twisting up little strips of paper and covering them in the gunk, and slapping on pieces of paper to get that desired height. Eventually I figured out that if you gunk up a bit of paper and then roll it into a ball or a tube, you can add more mass pretty easily. You can kind of squish it around while it's still wet. It's not as malleable as clay, obviously, but you can work with it a lot more than I expected. Honestly, I would recommend just jumping into a project with very little knowledge or prior research and just seeing how it goes. It was really fun to just try stuff out. Not. Oh my god. Oh no, his head's falling off. Oh my god. No, my son. My boy. It's been 45. It's been 50 minutes. He's looking really fucked up. So I'm gonna let him dry, put him to the side and clean my house. And then maybe tomorrow or Sunday I will finish him off. But for tonight, I think I'm gonna just leave it there.
They're done.
Cheers. I hit my boy. I don't know what that was. And I guess we never will. Today, I'm gonna be hopefully finishing. Let me show. I think it was like a week ago that I started making him. And as you can see, it's dried really hard. I was really worried about the neck, but after seeing how hard this paper mache dries, I think I can just wrap like a bunch of paper mache and hope that it holds. I don't know how heavy it's gonna be when it's fully, like this is gonna be 3-dimensional allegedly, so we'll see how it goes. So far I'm liking my son, and I don't mean to criticize my son, I just think he's a little bit every new angle I see him from, I'm gobsmacked, speechless. He could be a little less flat, and it's going to take quite a lot of stuff to make him more 3-dimensional. So lucky I've been saving all of this packing paper. Yeah, let's keep making this guy. I have to charge my fucking phone first because I'm a dunce. No, stop. Okay, but where did these aliens even come from? While I continue slapping gunk on this guy, let's talk about it. I mean, we saw them in Mexico, but they were unveiled, I guess.
by this guy Jaime Maussan, whose name I could not find a pronunciation guide for, who's made about 5 claims of alien corpses. They keep getting debunked, but boy who cried wolf, right? But I am genuinely horrified at some of the stuff he's tried to pass off as alien bodies. Like, I don't want to talk about it. I don't want to talk about it. It's fun lore, you know, he found them at the Nazca lines in Peru, which look like they were designed to be seen from above, like perhaps if you were in a UFO. You know, that's fun, you know?
I was thinking about how I've kind of sculpted this thing as a 2-dimensional shape, like mostly because all of the photos are only of it lying on its back. You can only see the front side of this alien, maybe a little bit of the side. Does it have a butt?
I mean, I like aliens. Like, I like that guy on TikTok who pretends to be a dog trainer, but then he identifies dogs as gnomes and gremlins and other such ground creatures. It's a fun little world. I mean, I don't know if there's life out there. I tend to lean towards no, that we're just exceptionally lucky, and that kind of makes me appreciate life more. But if aliens are real, I just know they would not look like the guy from SpongeBob. They would look like the aliens from The Simpsons.
If you wanted to make Serac the preparer cry, mission accomplished.
Obviously.
I'm enjoying this process a lot. I'm finding it really difficult to keep it looking like the actual alien. I've never done sculpture before. This is kind of like the first time I've ever done this, so I'm learning a lot in the process. It's so much fun though. It's going well though. He looks very silly. It's about 10:30 now. I'm gonna go to bed. I'm covered in gunk. I think today's sculpting went well. I learned a couple new techniques. I think I need to do the face and the head. I still don't know exactly what I'm gonna do with him. I guess stage a hoax. Stay tuned.
Scully.
Okay, oh my god. Hey, Coda! It's been a while. You might notice my hair's a little bit longer. My face is a little bit rounder. It's been 3 months since I last worked on this guy. 3 months! Holy shit. He's been hanging out in my house, just like on the washing machine or in the corner somewhere for 3 months. Christmas is 2 days away. I have to go into the office on Christmas Day because Christmas is not a national holiday in Japan. They have plenty of national holidays, so it's actually chill. I finally pulled my guy out from the corner that he was hiding in. By my guy, I mean the Mexican alien that I started making because I was obsessed with it. I need him in my house, and then I lost interest in because it was like, the fuck am I doing this for? Let's take stock. Here he is. He's actually kind of disgusting. I don't think I would be a good mother. He's kind of disgusting. There's all these like flakes of glue. I don't know. It's just... he's kind of really gross. But I have to finish this. I don't have any other time. My plan of action is I'm gonna watch some videos of the Mexican alien, and I'm also gonna listen to Tennis, which... Tennis is my favorite podcast of all time. I re-listen to it maybe once or twice a year. It's bad. It's not good. It's just like the atmosphere is so perfect. Spooky mystery that never gets resolved, so don't get your hopes up. Traveling into the woods and like hearing this strange buzzing sound. He sees people strung up Hannibal Lecter style in the woods, and then he goes back there with a bunch of police and it's gone. The birch trees are all tall and thin, and there's like the birds stop singing but the deer look at you all funny. Point is, it's very cold. It's just been the winter solstice, so it's all dark and spooky. Get into the cryptid core, X-Files, Tannis, roadside picnic vibe, and we're gonna finish this thing because I have to learn how to finish things. So yuck. I'm not gonna lie, I don't really want to do this, but I have to, so I will.
The intelligence community did not like that, and the amendment was not even heard in committee. I think it's time for this country to take back our country.
If you enjoy tennis, we promise you're going to stop driving. Or if you enjoy
Alright, okay, we are back listening to Tennis, gluing shit to stuff. You know the drill. You can see me scooping gunk out of the bottom. I'm dredging it up like a fucking dark sea creature. I made the solution way too watery. I don't know what I did the first time, but it was not this. That is a frothy broth that I've created. definitely the fact that I did this so long after the first 2 sessions was the issue. I really like the final result of this little guy. I found that wrapping the paper around the cardboard and kind of hiding it like really made him look like a real boy. I found the hands really difficult to cover in the paper mache. I don't know if I should have used smaller pieces maybe, or just when I made the kind of cardboard template at the start, given myself more space, but I found it really difficult to I'm sorry, I don't know what other vocabulary to use. I found it really difficult to schlop. Finally, right at the end of this project, calamity struck. My boy's leg fell off. The solution I had made was so watery that it had sunken into the cardboard template and had like completely soaked and dissolved his knee. He needed knee surgery. But don't worry, we transferred him to the ER and we got him a fresh new operating table. We sewed him up with a high dosage of undiluted glue and sent him off to the facial reconstruction ward. So I had a shower, watched so many YouTube videos, watched part of this movie The Creator, which sucked, and I think the alien is mostly dried. Let me check actually. He is not dried. I'm gonna work on the face anyway. I think I might actually just tear off that little doubly bit. I don't have time. Google, just show me a picture of the thing. What? What? I cannot believe how many of these. It's just Neil deGrasse. Whatever. We're gonna give it a try. That you don't look at that. Don't look. I left this gunk sitting for a while, so hopefully it's a bit more incorporated than it was before. I'm sorry, Scout of the Past. It was not more incorporated. It was still a very brothy mess. The face was undoubtedly the it was the worst part of this project, for sure. And you know what? I do not care. He's still kind of cute. I don't know. Like, sure, my son doesn't have the chiseled jawline of Adonis, and sure, he will never be able to use his face guard at the bar, but I still love him. I still love him. And it's not scary to think about him hanging up in my room somewhere. It's not. The face does not look good. But I'm finished. I'm just gonna add like a couple of little things here and there. I'm done. You'll see my final son in the review. What do you think of my my corporate sono, my office sono? Wrap up time. This project was kind of drawn out and long, which is a shame because when I actually did the paper mache for this guy, I really enjoyed it. Things I like about him, I think he actually does look like the alien. I started this project because I was looking at those aliens and I was like, they look like paper mache. And I think like he looks mummified, right? The face is atrocious. Don't talk to me about the face. He also kind of ended up like in a moe pigeon toe pose. Like he's kind of like, ooh. The other good thing about him, he's really great to brandish. Like I feel like if I had an intruder come into my house, I could just grab him by the thigh and like really have at it, which is sick. Yeah, this is not a polished project. I don't think the end result is particularly impressive. It was so much fun to do. I was like blasting like 70s and 80s hits. I was singing the Bee Gees the whole time, listening to Spooky Tannis. It was really fun, and that's why I did it, right? So it's New Year's Eve today, right now. I'm cosplaying on New Year's Eve. I do have plans. Later, I'm gonna hang up my son somewhere in my house, get ready for a nice New Year's dinner, and get on with the next project. Remember, ow! It was really great to brandish. The truth is out there.